lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house. Someone had put up a chain link fence, but it looked like I wasn't the first person to hop it. My brother Milton disappeared when I was 4. It was like the house just swallowed him up. I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms. Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral. In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know, or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back. No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints. The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house. I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me. I heard something moving around in the garage. Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. The power had been turned off the night we left. For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one. Like how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon, except our cat, Molly. The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
What happened? ハッピーピーちゃんかな。怖いよ、普通に。どうしよう。
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
めっちゃリアル。めっちゃリアル。
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Mofu 被りながらしてる？いや、毛布はかぶってないけど、マジでもうやめようかなって思ってる。べしようかな。ここ先行った。もうあと2回しかない。はや、わらわら。
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms.
登場人物の名前が全部さ、カタカナだから覚えられないんだよね。覗きや。どこやどこや。怖っ。
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
覚え
I
らん
think
な
my
い。
mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
覚えらんなくない？覚えらんなくないっていうか覚えらんないんだよ。
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
え、開いちゃうんだ。これなんだ。
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
待って待って、これ今行っちゃうのかな。ちょっと待って、やめようやめようやめようやめようやめようやめよう、一回やめよう、一回帰ろう。
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
いや、一回戻ろう。戻れないのこれ。あ、戻れない。あ、
帰れない。わら。
帰れない。
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I
こ
had
れ
a
まだ向
plan,
こうに部屋あったよ。あ、ちょっと読めなかった。
but I had no idea what was behind that door.
怖い。あ、怖い家。
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
やべ、セーブされてる。あ、や、まだ向こうに部屋あったよ。
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the
怖
peephole.
い。あ、かわいい家。
ね、可愛いよね。
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
なんか良くない部屋だねこれ。ちょっと待って。可愛い。
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
なんで藤田の。
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
あー、これでここからはそのなんだモーリーになったんだ。
My Halloween candy was all gone.
この子はお腹が空いている。
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
お腹空いてんねん。
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
食べちゃった。 あ、トイレ。
I ate a lot of things that night.
食べるの。
食べていいのかな。
I kept eating and eating.
え、やだ。
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her.
まさか。
And suddenly, I was a cat.
え？ こ これどういうのジャンプとかできるの？おお。
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
鳥どこ行った？こっちか。
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me. I jumped and I almost got her.
怒ってる怒ってる。
I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
もう完全にやばいじゃん。
Rabbits.
ウサギ。ああ。ウサギを追いかけるのね。ウサギって書いてある。かわいい。ああ、早い早い早い。あ、ウサギ。ウサギ。ウサギってなんでこうびっくりマークついてる。もうこの女の子やばいやん。もう完全にいっちゃってるやん。あれウサギがどこ行った？こっちか。あ、この道沿いってことか。ウサギ。視点が上にならないの？ウサギ。ウサギ。どこ行くのこれ。でこのマップもよくわかんないし。なんかあ、道路来た。
ウサギ捕まえる？
ウサギ捕まえるのかな。あ、間違えた。いやでもね、なんもないの。あ、そういうことか。かわいそう。
危険です。
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my
え、やだ。
talons.
め
I
っちゃ食べ
swallowed
て
him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
初見さんいらっしゃい。
A mama
食
rabbit.
べてる。
食べてた。めっちゃリアルに食べてたウサギ。あ、待って、なんか書いてるけど読めなかった。
グロ。帰ります。
うん、ちょっとグロいこれ。ウサギ。ああ、ウサギ取れない。 うやって一緒に楽しく飛んでちゃダメだった。トコトコトコトコトコトコ。お母さんのウサギ、行け。いや、捕まえた。
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating.
Oh my god. ドクドクいったら。
And suddenly, I was a shark.
サメ？いた。うまく転がれば水に入れんのかな。入れた。
I rolled off the
入れない。
cliff and into the ocean.
オーシャンなんだ。
Now, I was
お
hungrier
っとっとっ
than
と、これ
ever.
は。ねねねねねねね。もしかしたら、そしたらもっとお腹ペコペコに。
サメわらわら。
サメやばい。どこにいるんだい？あ、いた。
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
アシカ？ちょっとグロい。あ、もっと大きいアシ
I
カ。
tore
食
off
べ
her
て。
flipper, and it tasted really good.
やばい。結構グロい。いや、血出てるやん。血出てる。あー。グロい。血出てるよ。でも噛みつけない。違うんだな。何かを探しに行くんやな。もうこの子の頭バグってるよ。間違えたまた。お、なんかこのボタン早い。みんなどうしろって？これについていくのかな。いや、めっちゃ血出てるって。
もう一回食べる。
もう一回食べれんのよ。
I grabbed on tight,
いた
and
わ。
I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
なになになになになに？私なに？なんかニョロニョロしとる。
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people
カエル
everywhere.
さん、人間
何者？
人間の匂い。あー、これ誰が食べちゃうんじゃないの？ちょっと全然ね、なんかできないあれが。 かしい。人がおるんやろう、多分。着いた。
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
マジでこれどうやって動くのとか。お、上がった上がってないか。よいしょ。ニョロニョロをこっちにやって、おー、勝って。
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
おるよな。ああ、歌ってんのか。いやー、リアル。なん。
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, we smelt something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe. I got closer and closer.
じゃん。これでお父さんとお母さん食べに行っちゃうってこと？じゃないのか。
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to be, and we both know I will be delicious.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Ah, そういうこと？あ、で、この子がそれを追体験するの？無理じゃない？
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
そう、家と共に船で。
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways. Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones. Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace. Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
あれ、どっから出る？これ出る。これどっから出る？ここから入ってきたよね。カチャカチャ言うんやな。ちょ。おっと？これバスルにもなかったよ。何の音？あ、ここにあった。ああ、そういうこと？
There's a secret in this bathroom.
は、
It's in the last place you would look.
それは誰もわかるか。
It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book. Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
ああ。なんだっけ。なんとか室。
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin,
初見です。こんにちは。
and that he never talked about
初
him.
見さん、こんにちは。 レンさんレンさん初見さんじゃない。あ、やっぱエペしようかな。もう怖いこれ。
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
かわいい。
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
メアリさん配信は初見ですがテンクレと聞きました絵文字。
そうなんですよ。なんか知らないけど、私の枠はみんな初見です。
My brother
って
said
入っ
he'd
てく
die
るんです
before
よ。
he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready!
Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
いや、ちょっと配信したわ今。私これも今どれくらい配信してんのかな。40分。40分か。ちょっと1時間ぐらいやるか。降りれない。降りないね。よいしょ。
I told him going around was impossible.
おいしゅうするつもりなのか。
Maybe if I hadn't said that.
おっ、豆か。
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it.
おお、結構高いところから来た。いつほっ。ほっ。
I think he'd already made up his mind.
あ、そういうことか。これ両足か。
お昼ご飯を作りながら見てますが、どんな内容のゲームですか？
なんか不思議な家族がいて、みんな死んじゃったらしいんですけど、なんで死んだのかっていうのをなんか追体験していく。あ、
ブランコブラブラしてるゲームかと絵文字。
ブランコブラブラしてるだけのゲームじゃないんですよ多分。
That's what I want to remember about my brother.
あ、やばいや の子はこれで。うわー、一周した。
The day he made up his mind to fly, and he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
なんかこの名前の人たちが家族だったんだけど、一人ずつ死んでいってしまったらしいんですよね。で、なぜこの主人公の女の子が生き残ったのかを探っていくお話みたいな感じ
追
らしい
体験
んですけ
ホラーゲーム的な感じなんですかね。
ど、そう、多分そんな感じなんですよ。でも完全にパケ買いで買って。
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
カルヴィン側ってどっちなの？こっち側か。あ、ここカルヴィンか。ああ。
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again. The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies. Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it. Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
今セーブされました。あ、外から全部穴がついてたのか。
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
いや、ちょっと一回も今日はここまでにします。怖い。後からまたやると思う。わかんないけど。ここから来たのか。エペしまーす。